Hello everybody. In this video we are doing the review, unboxing, whatever you may wish to call it, of the Agni Roerich Tarot. Now this deck I purchased simply because I'd purchased a deck off Kickstarter by this person and I was so impressed by it. It was a Japanese tarot. I loved it and they had a sale and I thought I'll buy this deck as well. So it says on the reverse of the box, Agni Roerich Tarot, a deeply spiritual tarot deck, a pathway to tarot symbolism and meaning. The name Agni Roerich is derived from Agni Yoga, a set of spiritual guidelines rooted in Eastern philosophies, created by the internationally renowned Russian painter Agni Roerich and his wife Helena. This exceptional tarot deck includes 78 powerful images selected from a series of paintings crafted by Agni Roerich. Each of the feature cards depicts images from an original painting. Agni Roerich Tarot is one of only a few tarot card decks that combine the traditional meaning of tarot with Eastern philosophy and the esoteric. This is an attribute that makes it particularly suitable for intuitive interpretations. Rest assured, it has the capacity to unlock your imagination and potential. Agni Roerich Tarot, and I swear I'm so sorry if I've said this name several times wrong, provides a smooth introduction to tarot's symbolism and meaning, and at the same time, its compelling images offering remarkable heights of insight to more experienced tarot readers. The cards themselves, they didn't appeal to me to begin with. I'm like, oh yeah, gosh, they're freaking flimsy. But shuffling them, this deck reminds me of the antique deck. Oh, I can't think of the full name, but I'll put it up on the screen. And the cards are very thin cardstock for that deck. And at first I'm like, when I opened it, oh. But the more and more I use it, the more and more I'm beginning to realise I really like thin cardstock. I think they actually last longer. I think the thicker they are, the harder they fall, because I think that they peel. The thinner they are, the better they are. Now this deck itself, it does not have any gilding, but I just want to discuss the cards, show you the cards. We'll see the images. You've got this card here, the first one. It is not the full. It is called the beginning. Now the guidebook that you get with this is a few little pages. Now, I didn't think I'd be a fan of guidebooks like this, but the Art of Tarot that I received and I utilise and I love has a little guidebook like this, and it's just enough. It's just enough to tell you about the card and allowing you to then develop and open up your intuition. And it says here, for instance, with this card, the beginning, do not lose the opportunity to travel to the unknown. You can think about the outcome afterward. Go with a light heart and do not regret about the past. This card can mean everything is in God's hands, that is. Do not interfere with the course of events. Do not try to jump out of the cosmic flow, but vice versa. Feel where the stream of life carries you and trust the flow. So it's just beautiful, beautiful words, beautiful imagery. I have read from this deck. As the cards pop up, we will discuss a few of the readings that I got and how I got them, and hopefully that helps you. Perhaps you can see things in these cards that perhaps I can't. I am not educated in paintings. Historically, a lot of paintings, only probably what you would normally see, you know, like in an art gallery that everyone sort of knows about. But if you see something that you need to educate me on, please do. So that's the High Priestess. The Empress card popped up in the reading. The Empress card was actually the mediumship came through in that reading for me. The Emperor. The Hierophant, quite an interesting one, the Hierophant there. So there is a lot of symbolisms obviously dedicated to what they were trying to achieve in this deck. The Lovers, the Chariot. Interesting with the Chariots going down the hill. The Strength card came in the reading, and this reading actually was about a forced relationship, and it was about you know, not forcing this relationship to happen, or it was between 3 people. And she said, yes, the sister-in-law and the sister doesn't get along, but the sister-in-law doesn't get along with anybody. So it was just basically it was about not trying to force that relationship with the sister-in-law, you know, let it go. The Hermit. The Wheel of Fortune. Interesting with the Wheel of Fortune depicted at this. You know, the Wheel of Fortune, it talks about in the guidebook about, you know, get involved and really embrace change. So it's an interesting Justice. The Hanged Man. Death. It's got the halo there. Temperance came up in this card, and it was about, you know, we often talk about temperance as being, you know, balance, and we often think of it as, you know, drugs, alcohol, addictions, you know, keeping that all in to check. But the reading that came up this evening was really about having patience for others, but not being selfish. You know, it was really about, you know, the world isn't always just about you. You know, think of other people, you know, have balance for others and what they're doing. Ask how people are, you know, see what they're doing, get involved with other people's lives. So that was quite an interesting read, that one. And I've never read a card, well, I don't think I've ever read the Temperance card in that manner. The book itself, it talks about Temperance cards. It says only those who have patience and tolerance will achieve success. It's time to challenge yourself. You have been indulging in self-centered pleasures for long. If temperance finds you, you'll be reminded of forgotten virtues. Start believing in moderation and compromise. Attain equilibrium, practice self-restraint. So it's interesting here that it talks about compromise here. The Devil. The Tower card. The Star. So far I think that's the prettiest card in the deck, but that's what suits with my, you know, artistry. You may think otherwise. The Moon. The Sun. Judgment. The World. So that's the major. And we can put all the cards up there. Normally we're unable to do that on the stand. So we're not normally able to do that. So we'll look at the Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. Interesting with the shadows there and the Three of Pentacles. 4. Seven of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles. Interesting that this next card, the artistry looks so different compared to the one prior. This looks like a tapestry. 10 of Pentacles. Page. Knight. The Queen came up in a reading. The Queen of Pentacles came up, and I spoke about, it ended up being a mediumship reading, and I spoke about someone had a sore arm, and it was her dad. Dad had the arm issues, so he came through with the mediumship. King of Pentacles. Ace of Swords. Two of Swords. So I think the cardstock itself is quite good quality. It's like a matte, but it feels good. You know, like when you know some cardstocks, you know how they're going to peel. I don't get that feeling with this deck. This card came up, the Seven of Swords. That came up about being careful of a work relationship with a girl. They're not nice to you, you know, they want to date all your ex-lovers. They're putting the knife in the back. They're very jealous of you. So that came up. She'd already thought that of the girl, and it came up there. Ten of Swords. Page. The Knight. Queen. The King. Beautiful colours in this one. Then we've got the Ace of Wands. Two of Wands. Three. The Four of Wands came up. Interestingly enough, that came up about tidying up, decluttering. You know, so that was an interesting reading, what came out of that reading there. But the booklet for the Wands says, it's been a long road to success and now you can celebrate your accomplishments. Still, the Four of Wands advises you to continue being open to new possibilities. So that was all about, you know, the poor gentleman, he's just put his mother in a home, you know, for old age. Loves her very much, looks after her. So that was about sort of going through stuff, going through boxes. I said, oh, you're going through boxes, things that you have had sitting there for a long time, they need to be going through. The bamboo here, look at that, the strong bamboo. Very tolerant. Nine of Wands. Ten of Wands. Then we have the Court cards, the Page. The Knight of Wands came up. This came up as the second card in a reading of a relationship, and it was really just about how self-centered that person was. Queen of Wands. The King of Wands. The King of Wands also came up. That was about having a discussion with somebody and really laying it on the line and telling them how you feel. The booklet itself says, fully aware of his commanding presence, the King of Wands has no interest to trivial deeds. He is fulfilled and he pursues a higher purpose, but his personality often exhibits flashes of sheer boldness. Do not forget the King of Wands unites the fire of the Wands suit with an extrovert disposition. And then we have the Cups here. The Cups remind me of Easter Island, that one. Poor Easter Island. Three of Cups came up in a reading. Four of Cups. Eight of Cups. Nine of Cups. Look at him. Ten of Cups. Page. And if you have sat here through this review, let's shuffle the deck after this and see what card we have for you. It has got that Japanese influence with the picture there. And finally, the King of Cups. Let's do a shuffle. Let's read through the book and see what messages we have for you. If you've seen this today, tomorrow, or in the future, this message may be for you. The Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is it's a card of great force. It carries excessive mental energy. So if you are perplexed by difficult problems, you should rely on your intellect you know, really appeal to your sense of justice and be ready to see through illusions and show some real strength of character. And then we've got the Two of Swords, which is interesting because of course we are, because obviously with the shuffling, but that's a feeling of frustration, you know, suffering, uncertainty, holding you back when we have important decisions to make. So these cards really go hand in hand, you know. There's a feeling of asking for advice. Stop backpedaling and just do what you need to do. That's what I really feel the meaning of these two cards together. But thank you for sticking around for the review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time.